Jack, let's talk about the happenings of this week and what happened on Wednesday. Kind of walk us through the timeline of how it all went down and when you learned what you learned.
Yeah, Tuesday night I got a text to, stop by the shop, and then Wednesday morning drinking coffee, getting ready to go work out. My agent calls and says, hey, they told me to come to the meeting. So then, I started kind of speculating then. And then, 11:30 or so, I kind of found out, hour and a half or so before everybody else found out. So it was kind of last minute, but, like I've told people and like I called Jack and told him, I mean, it sucks it's, gotten to this point, but, looking back, being able to come from Mississippi racing dirt cars and sprint cars and, what I was able to do there, and then, come win championships and races for Jack. And, right now the last 2 Cup wins, I was able to get for him. So that's pretty special. And like I told him, I'm thankful for the opportunity that I had over 11 years, which is a long time. I still feel like I got unfinished business in this series. So hopefully I can find something to showcase that.
I'm sure when you sit down in that meeting, the first question one would ask is why. Did you get a good answer for that question?
No, not really. So I think that's the frustrating part. There's really no clear answer as to why, how, when. I just know it was last minute for my team and I, to go look for something else. But, we still got, some races left, and I'm looking forward to, I know my guys on the 17 are going to keep giving me great race cars, and we got some really good tracks left. And we're going to showcase what we got for, our sponsors on the car for each one of those weeks, and see if we can't end the season on a strong note, looking for something else.
You mentioned 11 years, and in racing roots, you described Jack Roush as a grandfather to you. Does that make this more difficult, the personal relationships?
It does. And, like I told Jack, I was pissed off, angry, but, at the same time, I never thought I'd have a shot to come, race for Jack Roush. And that relationship that we've built, we've had some tough conversations over the years. This is probably the worst one, but, all in all, no hard feelings to Jack. And, everybody at all the employees at Roush Fenway Racing, like I said, I've been there so long, it was home, and I don't know anything else. So, kind of nervous, I guess, about that, not being at the same team that I've been comfortable with for a long time. But then again, I think change is good sometimes, and see what the future holds.
You wanted to wait to talk to Jack until Thursday night. You guys had a phone conversation. Was it a terse conversation? How would you describe the conversation?
The conversation was easy, really. I didn't really have many questions. It was more just, thanks and appreciation for, what he was able to help me with.
So what happens now? Is the phone ringing? Have you been calling people?
We've been contacting people, trying to figure out what our next steps are. Obviously, 8 races left in the season. It's kind of difficult to, drum up anything spectacular when you weren't really expecting it. So my team's working hard on it, trying to figure out those next steps.
Well, I hope we see you here full time next year.
Thank you.